A kind of language is really about storyboards and other kinds of renderings and processes that people make as they're putting together a film or a video. It's not the final project, but it's everything that happens on the way to the final project. Sometimes the storyboards, are stuck in a drawer. Not everybody wants to reveal their working process. So it's a kind of treasure hunt of sorts. Somebody told me that Martin Scorsese drew, and I was curious, and so I started to do some research just on the computer, and I saw these incredible drawings that he had done for Raging Bull that we have in the show, and I went down this wonderful rabbit hole.
A kind of language, I think, offers a very special point of view within the process of making a movie. Somehow it gives you really the sensation of being a witness of these first ideas. I'm Andrej from Studio Sub. We are based in Berlin, and we collaborated with the curator Melissa Harris in the making of the exhibition design of A Kind of Language. We thought of a system for the display of the exhibition that would at the same time organize all these materials, but also give a unifying experience to the visitors. The central element of the exhibition is the drafting table, which historically is used by designers and draftsmen. Each drafting table is dedicated to a specific movie or filmmaker. In some cases, we used the surface of the table in order to evoke the workspace of each creator. Or, for example, we integrated projections. Sometimes we have very precise drawings in large quantities, and sometimes we have only a few sketches. For example, with Persona of Ingmar Bergman, we have a central, a very important sketch. The faces of the two protagonists are merging and combined in the camera as if they become one single person. And Bergman, that I think usually didn't work with storyboards and didn't draw so much. For that specific scene, he drew a sort of very rough sketch, almost let's say childish.
One of the things that I really wanted to get across here was that this is very much about the human imagination and the human hand. In the Raging Bull, you have this fight scene that is a kind of choreography, and you see the moves and the atmosphere and the way, the boxers will interact with each other. In Psycho, you see the whole, shower scene, step by step by step. And so it's super interesting because it's the way a narrative is worked out, it's the way an interaction is worked out.
The space at Osservatorio, Fondazione Prada, is an extraordinary space. It represents a rare condition in architecture in which you have a specific point of view on something that is normally seen from afar. We try to engage the location and the outside in the exhibition design with this optical funnel that is created by the tables and the counterpart that is hanging from the ceiling. The gap between these two elements creates a slice of the skyline of the city. It's very cinematic, I think.
Storyboards serve different purposes for different people, and everybody, like they have different sensibilities, have different ways of approaching their process. Because they were meant to often problem solve or indicate something that was in the director's mind's eye. At some point I emailed David Byrne asking him about if he wanted to say anything about storyboards or his use of them. And in his response to me, he referred to them as a kind of language. And that's how the title of this exhibition emerged, because it was such a beautiful way to think about them, because that's really what they are. They're videos, they're animatics, they're all kinds of things, but mostly they're a language. And that's what brings them all together for communicating something both to the team making the project and also now to us as viewers, so we understand kind of we're behind the scenes as to how something gets made or thought through or created.